this is the raw mix that you're hearing right now, and there's no processing on any of this, right? It's just the raw files coming in. This is what we're going to take and turn into, hopefully, this. This is a finished mix that I have right here.
In your power, send the rain. I will give you praise. Lord, send the fire. In your power, 'cause you are the Most High King. Lord, send the fire. In your power, Lord, send the rain. I will give you praise.
So this is the finished mix that I have there. Really great night. This is the section that we're going to focus on, but going through all the stages of creating a great mix. This video, after watching it, you should be able to get from point A, maybe not knowing too much about mixing, to point B, being able to have principles and fundamentals that you can apply regardless of the mixing board or the environment that you're in, that can get you to a great mix. My name is Safi Parris. I am the founder of Parris Push. We are a production and media company that helps brands create compelling content. So let's get into it. I have obviously my A-cam, what's up? Then I also got a top-down shot so you can follow along with all my moves that I make on the mixer. We're on the X32 today. And then I've got some notes and a presentation format that you can also see, right? I will be kind of going through my processes. At the end of the day, these are my processes, my steps, my approach to creating a good mix. Hope this is helpful and beneficial to you or whoever, decides to tune in and check this out. So yeah, how to audio mix presentation. I'll start off by letting you hear before and after, in a sense. So I have a multi-track from an event that I recorded a couple months back. A couple months back. It was actually during the summer. A really talented collective of young people, United Worship Room, led by Kamara Baker and Chidi Baker. Really talented young people. Shout out to them. So this multi-track that we're going to be using is from that night. I have two files here. I have basically like a finished mix, and then I have just a raw mix. So we're going to listen to the finished mix first, and then we'll tap in with the raw mix. So let me pull it up on Logic. So this is the raw mix that you're hearing right now, and there's no processing on any of this, right? It's just the raw files coming in. This is what we're going to take and turn into, hopefully, this. This is a finished mix that I have right here.
In your power, send the rain. I will give you praise. Lord, send the fire. In your power, 'cause you are the Most High King. Lord, send the fire. In your power, Lord, send the rain. I will give you praise.
So this is the finished mix that I have there. Really great night. This is the section that we're going to focus on, but these
to get some harmony to it. Ready?
Just gonna skip through a couple moments of the night.
To lift that name, yes, Lord. We find a reason to lift your name.
All the other names fade
Until there's only you.
This is actually Marcus Blackwell. Super talented artist. Also, he's going places.
Jesus, take your place. Then all the other names for your glory. You poured your love on me. I don't need to worry. You carry
All right, let me not
my
get too
burdens.
distracted.
I'm
But
caught by
it was a really,
your
really
name.
great night.
This is
shining like the sun. Hey.
All right, there you go. Let's just listen to that mix to see where we're getting to one more time.
Jesus, Jesus. Cause you are the most high king. Lord, send the fire.
All right, now let's go back to the raw mix.
Power, send the rain. I will give you praise. Send the fire and your power.
And let's just start to pull everything down.
Send the fire and your power. Send the rain. I will give
Just
you
pulling
praise.
everything out.
Lord, send the fire and your power.
All right, and this right here is me. So,
Lord, send the fire and
what
your
is the first step of
Lord,
mixing?
send the rain.
All right, so we'll talk a little bit about, not even really about equipment. Just to give you some context, I'm mixing on an X32, but a lot or the majority of the principles that I'm using today, you can use on any mixer, whether it be digital or analog. For the later on in the mix, as I go through the more stages, as I get further into the stages, that's where you'll probably need a digital mixer, just because of how I approach mixing. I layer my mixes, layer my compression, and that's not a feature that you really have on analog mixer. So you'll more than likely have to get a digital mixer to do all of the stages that I do here. But again, a lot of the principles that I am taking, you can apply to any mixer in any environment. Air training. Okay, so before we even get to the mixer and your different approaches, first have to understand that your most important asset is your ears. And to train them, you don't even necessarily need equipment. You just need music, right? And something to listen to the music in, whether it be headphones, car stereo, or just them blasting through the speakers. Training your ears is really just practice and repetition, right? And over time, you start to become more confident in what you hear, especially if you can do this project with like friends, or you start to get feedback from people. It starts to give you confidence that what you're hearing, you can trust, right? That's a big part of the game with being an engineer, is just trusting your ears. I can't tell you how many times like I'll listen to a mix, or I listen to something and be like, I think I'm hearing this, but I'm not really sure. And then I send it to somebody and they basically confirm what it was that I'm hearing, and it's like, oh, I should have trusted my instincts. But over time, you start to get to a place where you don't even necessarily have to ask someone, hey, are you hearing the same thing? You just trust that your ears are telling you what they're telling you. So how you go about training your ears, again, you don't need necessarily a lot of equipment. You just need music. And I would recommend being able to just listen to the music and hear all the different instrument groups that are in the song, and be able to pick them out and identify them. So, can you hear vocals? Can you hear bass, keys, drums, guitar, like whatever the different sounds that you're hearing, can you pinpoint them? Can you actually identify them with your ears? That's the first step. The next step is now being able to figure out, okay, what's the loudest thing in this mix and what's the softest thing in this mix, and then start to be able to rank them based off of that. And then the most advanced thing that you can actually do, and this kind of touches on the concept of a three-dimensional mix, which I'll get into, but just to give you a quick understanding, being able to realize that when you're mixing, whether it be a mono or a stereo, you want to be able to create the perception of a three-dimensional space, right? To really transport the listener. And you do that with a bunch of different techniques or features or elements within a mix. But being able to identify and understand that, okay, there are things that are going to sound more forward. There are things that are going to sound farther away. There are things that might sound like they're on their left of you, things that might sound like they're right of you, things that might sound like they're above, things that might sound like they're below. This is what you're going for when people talk about a three-dimensional mix, is being able to manipulate the perception of how things sound in a mix. And going more detail, the basic concept of a three-dimensional mix can be likened to navigating through a doorway. When one person walks through a door, there's ample space, right? So if I were to walk through a door by myself, there's no issue, right? But two people trying to walk through the same door at the same time, you'll have a little bit of, jockeying, and it's possible, but become a little uncomfortable. Now imagine 10 people trying to walk through the same door at the same time. It's going to be chaos, right? And in audio, a three-dimensional approach ensures that instruments have their own space without clashing when emitted from a sound system. So basically, taking that same door concept, when we are creating a three-dimensional mix, we're not trying to push everything through the door at the same time. We're using different techniques like panning to put things through different doors, or even like effects and delay and our fader levels to say, hey, you go first, you go second, you go third. So not everything is trying to cram through and come out at the same time. That's usually when it just sounds loud and noisy, right? When someone isn't thinking about where they're placing things in a mix and creating space. Creating space within their mix. Some of the elements or the features that you use to create a three-dimensional mix: panning, right? Panning is placing things from left to right within a mix. Your fader level, which changes your the decibel, how loud something is. That moves things forward and backwards in your mix. Then you have something like effects that also creates the perception of moving things forward and backward in a mix. Reverb is great tool for doing that. And then there's EQ. EQ can make things seem higher or lower, like you're lifting something in a mix or you're tucking something under in a mix, right, with EQ. Now we're getting into gain structure, which is probably the most important part of any mix. It can often be overlooked, but if you don't tackle gain structure correctly first, you'll end up in a situation where you are working harder than you have to, right? Especially if you're in a situation where, like this scenario, this mixer is sending a mix to the in-house. It's sending mix to 2 overflows. It's sending mix to 6 different in-airs, and it's sending a mix to a live stream. Just this one mixing board is doing all those different outputs. And if I'm in a situation where my gain structure is off, now I have to overcompensate in all those different mixes just to kind of make it work. But if gain structure is right, you can kind of even almost copy and paste a lot of times those same mixes to the different the different outputs that you have. It just makes things a lot easier when gain structure is right. Some of the issues that you run into with also not having a gain structure, if your gain structure is too low, setting the gain too low runs the risk of the signal being drowned in unwanted background noise. So the closer if your signal's too low, every piece of electric equipment has a noise floor, has a buzz, has a hum. And if you don't send enough gain to each individual instrument, you'll just be boosting that unwanted noise when you decide to push up with a fader. And conversely, the other way is if you put too much gain, you can get a distorted signal, which is an unpleasant signal that is almost unusable in mixing. So you got to kind of find the sweet spot. Every mixer has an optimal gain. Typically, it'll fall anywhere between -18 to -12. It really depends on the piece of equipment. For an X32, optimal gain is -18. You'll see when I mix, I kind of go a little bit above that, but at least where you average, where your signal averages, -18 is optimal gain. And now we're going to get into faders, right? And using faders to set and balance a mix. So let's go back to the song and let's get this bad boy going. I'm going to set the lead vocal first.
'Cause you are the most high king. Lord, send the fire in your power. Send the rain. I will give you praise. Send the fire.
Typically for me, man, I like my kick.
The most high king. Send the fire.
Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry, guys. I have to. I talked about gain structure, but I didn't actually go through to make sure our gain structure was right. So we're going to go back and take a look at gain structure and everything.
Lord, send the fire in your power. Lord, send the rain. I will give you praise. Lord, send the fire in your power.
Like looking right now, I can see 21 through 23. I think those are my crowd mics. Those are way too hot.
And who is worthy to take?
So I'm going to go and drop those down.
And who is worthy
21.
to take the scroll? Jesus. And glory to him who
All right, I'm dropping this down.
To him who he sits on, and to the Lamb be glorified. To him who he sits on, and to the Lamb be glorified. To him who he sits on, and to the Lamb be glorified.
All right, so I got the overheads now averaging -12 signal. Let's go look at drums and all that other stuff.
And to the Lamb, and to the Lamb, and to the Lamb, and to the Lamb.
Bass is looking a little bit too much. I'm going to drop that. Couple dBs in gain.
The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice.
All right, I dropped the bass. -8 dB, I had to drop it. Wow.
The heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus.
Just looking at Logic right now to see what other signals might be coming in a little hot. 5 and 6, which I think are my toms.
And who is worthy to take the scroll? Shout Jesus.
Yeah, 6.
And who is worthy
I can see is a little hot. I'm gonna drop that.
And who is worthy to take? And
Drop
who
that.
is worthy to take?
3 dB.
Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. Jesus.
lead vocals also coming in kind of hot. We'll drop that about 3 dB.
The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice.
All right, drop it 4.5. All right, I think that should be cool. Let me find another just hot spot and see if my signals are coming in fine.
Remind you, His greater the impossible. What kind of man? What kind of man? He'll do shit. What kind of man can raise the dead? What kind of man can heal the sick?
Okay, 13 and 14. I think these are keys coming in a little hot right here. Drop this like 5 dB.
What kind of man can raise
Drop
the
this.
Can raise the dead? Can raise the dead? What kind of man? What kind of man?
Drop it like 2 dB. Let's see, 3.
What kind of man?
What did I do?
What kind of man is this? What kind of man is this? What kind of man? It ain't over.
Yeah, it seems like the right side of the board is stronger than the left. So I'm actually gonna try to get them to come in at the same level. All right, so the left side I dropped by -2 and the right is -5. And the right is still coming in stronger.
Hold on. You gotta speed it up though.
All right.
So slow.
In my morning start. Hit your morning start.
All right, let's go back. So, all right, now we're gonna actually set the levels. So we went through, made sure that our gain was coming in. They're all coming in somewhere between. They're all coming in somewhere between 18 and -12. That's the average of all my signals, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. So now I'm gonna get into the mixing, which all I'm going to be doing is setting my fader levels and kind of be placing things forward and backwards within the mix. One thing to keep in mind is that if you can't hear one of the common mistakes, I might even touched on it in setting fader levels. You know what? I'll just read it for you. Set fader levels. Now we're getting to the fun part, actual mixing. Here's where we can play around and move things forward or backward as we like. It's important to think about the main elements of the song. Usually, no matter what kind of music it is, the lead should be pretty upfront. Personally, I tend to bring out the kick and snare, but that can change depending on the vibe of the song and the genre. If I'm in a professional environment, I might want to showcase the background vocals, but if they're not polished yet, I'll slide them further back in the mix. It's about what works best for the moment. Yes, you may be mixing to suit your own taste, but also keep in mind what the listening audience might like. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Did I write that? All right. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna set the lead first, and then I basically set everything else around that.
The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice.
Let's put that there.
Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice.
Bring the kick up. The snare up.
Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice.
And then, I'm just going to do overhead for
Shout
now.
Jesus. Sing who we're worthy to take. And who we're worthy to take. And who we're worthy to take, yes. Shout Jesus. And who we're worthy to take the scroll. And who we're worthy.
All right, let's bring this bad boy bass in.
And who we're worthy to take the scroll. Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth.
Bass is still clipping just a little bit, so let me drop that. I've already dropped that 8 dB, but still coming in a little hot.
Shout Jesus, the heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. sits on high, and to the Lamb
All right, what's
be
this?
glorified. To him who
Oh,
sits
guitar?
on high, and to the Lamb
That actually
be
kind of sounds good already.
glory. To him who he sits on, and to the Lamb be glorified. To him who he sits on.
All right, let's bring the keys in now.
To the Lamb be glorified. To him who he sits on, and to the Lamb be glorified. To him who he sits on, and to the Lamb, 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 the slain Lamb, the slain Lamb. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice.
All right,
The heavens
just trying to find a sweet spot for everything.
Shout Jesus. And who is worthy to take? And who is worthy to take? And who is worthy to take the throne? Shout Jesus. And who is worthy to take? And who is worthy to take? Who is worthy to take? Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice.
Okay, yeah, I think this is cool.
Heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus.
I'm bringing toms later, I guess.
The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. The
Let's see,
heavens and earth rejoice.
what is this? Don't fully remember what this is. What is 17? What is 17? All right, I don't think 17 is anything. 18, I don't think is anything. What is that? What's 19? I'm not sure what 19 is.
Walk down.
Okay, 19 is the talkback, the band talkback. We don't need that.
The heavens and earth rejoice.
20 is what? All right. 20 is the. I don't think I'm gonna use this for just for this. I don't think I'm gonna use this. But it's there's another percussionist who's doing this. Yeah, we're not gonna use that.
Who is worthy? Who is worthy to take?
Yeah, 21 to 23. I already know those are my crowd mics. And what is this? These are my lead vocals. All right, yeah, so let's bring those in.
The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus. Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice.
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 Heavens and earth rejoice. Jesus. To him who sits on high, and to the Lamb be glorified. To him who sits on high, and to the Lamb be glorified. To him who sits
So one of the things that I'm doing right now is I'm turning my headphones down really, really low so that I can hear. Sorry about that. Yeah, one of the things I'm saying is I'm turning my headphones down really, really low. This is also like a really good tip for you. Is turn the levels down really, really low. And you can really start to hear what is sticking out in the mix, like what you have placed in front, what you have placed behind. One of the great ways to do that is just by turning things down. All right. Turning things down really low. Hearing the kick good. Yeah, I like how that sounds. I like how that sounds. All right.
We serve a living God. We serve a living God, for He is worthy to take the scroll.
So that is Faders.
Nobody under the earth, nobody in heaven is worthy to open the scroll. Hallelujah, for the Bible.
It's not a race to the top. Okay, so this kind of talks about what I was talking about earlier. Remember, when it comes to mixing, turning down. Let me turn her down. Remember, when it comes to mixing, turning down is often better than turning up. It's a common mistake when starting out to only focus on what can't be heard. I can't hear the keys. Let me turn that up. Oh, now the bass is lost. Let me boost that. Wait, where did the vocals go? Let me crank those up too. Before you know it, everything's blasting at full volume and it's just noise. Mixing is about asking yourself, in a scenario where you can't hear something, what actually might be too loud. Yes. All right, so boom. All right, cool. Let me go back and do that again. It's not a race to the top. Remember, when it comes to mixing, turning down is often better than turning up. It's a common mistake when starting out to only focus on what can't be heard. I can't hear the keys. Let me turn that up. Oh, now the bass is lost. Let me boost that. Wait, where did the vocals go? Let me crank those up too. Before you know it, everything's blasting at full volume and it's just noise. Mixing is about asking yourself, in a scenario where you can't hear something, what might actually be too loud? What can I dial back to make room for what's important? It's about finding the balance and creating space for each element to shine. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but if I were to expound on that just a little bit, it's really about, as I was saying earlier, using your ears, relying on your ears to kind of make sure that everything has a space to be heard, and that you're not always just looking to turn up what you can't hear. Sometimes it's about turning down what is overbearing or kind of dominating the mix to kind of create space for everything else, if that makes sense. All right, so now we're going to go into panning, right? My preferences: lead vocal, kick, snare, and bass, always down the center. Don't ever move them from the center for me. Keys, if it's just one keyboard, I pan them basically far right, far left, all the way left, all the way right. And then every additional key after that gets a little bit narrower, right? I don't ever put keys on the same panning, on the same pan, right? Because again, we're trying to create space for everybody. So overhead left and overhead right on the drums, right? I'll pan those pretty far left, pretty far right, but not all the way, not maxed out left and right. And then background vocals, depending on how polished they are, or the more polished they are, the wider I'll pan them. So let's get into panning. So we're gonna pan what we have so far. All right, let's pan. Kick, I'm not doing nothing with. That's straight down the center. Snare, same thing. We're not gonna deal with toms right now. Overhead left. Boom. We're gonna go. So it can go. Max left is minus 100, and max right is plus 100. So I'm gonna go like maybe minus 90 and plus 90 on the overheads for the drums. I don't know if you can hear that, but now that just created so much more space. And also made the drums feel bigger. I'm actually going 96. Bass we're not going to do anything with. Guitar, I'm going to pan a little bit left. I like that. Minus 24 for guitar. Yeah, I like how that sounds. Keys, basically going all the way left. Can you hear that? Can you hear how much it just opened up the mix? Okay, the gain sounds off for these though. Let me. Also, let me link these. Link the keys. Actually, no, I don't want to link them just because of the fact that the gain seems different for both of them.
The heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus. Who is worthy to take? Who is worthy to take the scroll? Who is worthy to take the scroll? Who is worthy to take the scroll? Jesus. Who is worthy to take? Who is worthy to take the scroll? Who is worthy to take the scroll? Who is worthy to take the scroll? Jesus.
trying to remember what 17 is. So why do I have 17 up? We're gonna pan our background vocals. Not gonna go too wide on these. Maybe go in between 30 and 30. Maybe 40 and 40. All right, cool. Panning is an essential tool in creating space in the mix. It'll make your mix feel more open. Let's see what we have next. EQ. All right, so we're gonna get into EQing. What I want to say, I mean, EQ can be its own course / class. You know, let me. Because this is kind of important about EQ. EQ can honestly be its own course. Biggest takeaway that I can say about EQ is less is usually more. Especially if you're not 100% sure what you're doing. Less is more. I would say just a high pass filter on everything that you don't really need. I mean, on everything except for the kick, floor tom, and bass. You probably want to put a high pass filter on. And for me, I put a high pass filter on the kick as well. I'll actually talk about that when I talk about the kick and why I do that. But yeah, more times than not, like when I've gone to a different church or a different environment and, you know, the mix was a little like muddy or just like something was just off with it, was harsh, and I have an opportunity to take a look at the mixer and see what's going on. I mean, EQ can kind of be like really messy, right? So I would say, you know, put a high pass filter, and then if you know you've got something ringing out, then you know you can try to use EQ to fix that. But outside of that, I wouldn't go too crazy with EQ. I'll give you some of my best practices, and then from there you can continue to practice and hear how EQ and different frequencies change the character and the tone of a particular instrument. And less is more. That's really my biggest recommendation on EQ, especially if you're starting out. If you're more polished and you're more mature, then you probably already have a game plan with EQ. But yeah, for definitely for the beginners and for the novices, less is more. Even myself, I'm still coming to an understanding of exactly what I want to do with EQ for different sounds and different genres. So there's no shame in taking your time with EQ. And let's start. We'll start with the kick. All right.
Well, here today, Jesus.
All right. Typically for me, I'll boost around 120 with the kick. Before, in years past, before I've acquired the taste that I have now, I used to boost 40 hertz almost without fail for the kick. And part of the things that have changed for me is, especially with EQ, you start to learn that like all these instruments, you're placing them and you can kind of give them their own different lane. And I found that when I love the thump that you would get in your chest, right? When you would boost like 40 hertz for the kick. But I found that I would be competing, that kick would be competing with the bass, specifically with what I do with the bass now. I put a shelf on it, so a low shelf on it. So I don't want to create that clash between the two. So I'll kind of just boost a little bit higher where I can still get some good character thump from the kick that will not compete as much with the bass. So let's get back to a part of the song where the kick is going. We could tackle that. The other thing too, if you do find a frequency in an instrument that you really want to stick out, understanding that is like a fundamental frequency of that instrument. So like for 120, we're going to use that as our fundamental. One of the things that we can do to really emphasize that as well is taking a multiple of that same frequency. So for us, like we have 133 that we ended up boosting. I think I'm going to do like 124 that we ended up boosting. So I could take half of that and I could take double that and cut. So you'll take a look and see. So half of 124 is 67. So we'll go to like about 67. And we'll cut around 67. And then we will also cut, when we double 124, let's say 130, 260. So we'll go to like around 260, a little less than 260, and we will cut that as well. And then also, you know what? The beater for the kick would usually live somewhere between 2 and 4K. I want to emphasize that a little bit. So I'm gonna boosting like around 2.7. All right, I ended up boosting at 3.6K, about 3 dB to get that beater sound. All right, let's go to the snare. Put a low pass filter. Everything's getting a low pass filter except for my bass and maybe my floor tom. We'll see. Pretty safe to roll off at about 100. You can do more or less, give or take, but 100 usually a safe spot. I think you know what? Let me take my own advice. Less is more. I'm just going to roll off on the snare. You know what? I kind of want to add a little bit more body. And for the snare, you can find that around 200. So I'm going to... Yeah, that's fine. Ringing is usually like 600. I don't know, man. Hold on, let me see something. And then for my overheads, I am going to roll off at around 300. Actually, we'll probably do like 250. I don't want to go too crazy yet. But I'll probably go back in. Let's just do 250 for now. Go to my bass, and for me, activate that shelf, and I go to around 200, and I'll boost from around 200 on the low shelf. We want to highlight some of the frets and some of those higher notes on the bass. You usually find that around like 1K. I might do like a little boost on that. Slightest of slights.
The cherubims cry. Heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus. Heavens and earth rejoice. 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 Shout Jesus.
Guitar.
Who is worthy to take? Who is worthy to take? And who is worthy to take? Who is worthy?
Roll off at 100.
Who is worthy to take? Shout Jesus.
One boost. Oh, he's not right now. Gotta find a spot where he's playing. Alright, I'm not going to put any EQ on my keys because I kind of want to let them get that full sound. And again, less is more. But on my vocals, I'm definitely going to be rolling off. And on my lead, I'm going to actually do a little bit of a shelf on a high shelf to kind of lift her. So you'll see what that sounds like. Let me go to my vocals, do that now. Vocals, I'm probably going to roll off at around 120. And I'm about to lift this vocal. Go to like about 2K and then boost from there with the shell. You know what I'm going to do? I'm also going to lift the overheads.
Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. 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 Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. Come on, somebody just open up your mouth. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. Jesus, the heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. Ooh, I'm trying to move on. The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. 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 Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Come on, come on. I need somebody to just open up your mouth. We serve a living God.
All right, so that
We serve a
is
living God, for
EQing.
He is worthy to take the scroll. Nobody on earth, nobody
Let
under
us,
the earth, nobody in heaven is worthy to open the scroll.
All right, so we're gonna do. All
Hallelujah,
right, so
for the
compression
Bible says, if I
is.
don't praise Him, the
Hold on.
very rocks will cry out, and we don't need a rock to cry out in our place. Come on, somebody just open up your mouth and give God some praise. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
Okay, so what I want to say.
I don't hear you.
So I typically do 3 layers of compression on a mix. Yeah, I typically do 3 layers of compression. On each individual channel, they'll get a very light layer of tonal compression. So I will have a really, really, really slight ratio, like a 1 to 1.1 ratio. I think it's 1.1 is the lowest I can go on an X32. If I could go lower, it'd be even lower. The objective here is to dig the compressor as much as I can on the individual channel without having a dramatic effect on the sound, but it will change somewhat the tone, right? And I'm looking for about 1 to 2 dB of compression when I'm doing tonal compression. I'll add it back with gain. I'll add back 1 to 2 dB, and my attack is going to be fast, right? So you're looking at probably like a 5 millisecond attack. My hold time is going to be as quick as possible, and my release is probably going to be about 15 milliseconds. So really fast attack, hold, and release, and 1 to 2 dB of compression, the slightest of ratios, but I'm trying to get my threshold as low as down as I possibly can. And that helps to have more control on each individual channels. So when you hear the overall sound, it'll be a little bit more polished, and this is how you can start to get more of a studio sound in a live setting, right? When you start talking about layering compression and having more control out of the dynamic range that you get, right? Without doing these layers of compression, you have the potential for different channels or instruments or inputs to jump out at you at different points, right? And this kind of gets more control over that, right? So we'll go through and add a layer of compression. Because it's so slight, I can basically take the setting, copy and paste it for everything. So I'm going to go do that right now, and then we'll tweak from there. So I'm going to first set the kick, and then from there I'll copy and paste it, and then I'll just make sure that nothing is looking too off, right, in terms of like the amount of compression. I just want 1 to 2 dBs of compression on each channel. So let's play this.
Jesus, Jesus.
up the compressor. So again, attack is going to be super fast. Hold time is going to be as close to 0 as possible. My release is going to be just 15 milliseconds. And I know I'm looking for 1 to 2 dB of compression, so I already know I'm going to put 2 dB in gain. And the ratio is going to be 1 to 1.1. And my threshold, now let's see how low I can get it. Alright, cool. So my threshold is like minus 34, and it seems like I'm getting mostly like anywhere from like 1 to 3 dBs. Let me drop the threshold. I mean, raise the threshold a little bit more though. Alright, now I'm going to copy and paste it from there. Let me just make sure that it copied. It did, but it's not low enough. Oh, it was. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so we're gonna paste that. All right, cool. So now I'm just gonna go through and see. All right, I'm raising the threshold here. It's a little bit too much. It's coming in at like 4 dB of compression. I just want 1 to 2. right, so I got the first layer compression on everything.
The heavens and earth rejoice. The heavens and earth rejoice. Shout Jesus. The heavens and earth rejoice. 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 Jesus. To him who sits on high, and to the Lamb be glory.
I'm just taking it in. I'm just listening to everything.
Your God serve a good God.
Hey, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Alpha and Omega. Beginning and the end. Alpha and Omega. Beginning and the end. Beginning and the end. Beginning and the end. That's who you are. That's who you are. That's who you are. That's who you are.
All right, keys are coming in a lot hotter. A lot hotter at this point. But I'm not mixing this section, so I'm not even gonna worry about that.
Your place. Jesus, take your place. Jesus, take your place. Heaven is your throne, the earth is your footstool, your power displayed. No one compares to you. We hallow your name. Fearful are you in prayer. Yet in all your glory, you put your love on me. I don't need to. There's no measure to your goodness. There is no measure to your love. There is no measure. There is no measure. No, my God, you say yes to your God. And the miracle working God. You heal the sick.
Jesus.
All right, cool. It sounds really good without and everything we've done here you can do on an analog board, right? We haven't even gotten into like layering a mix and stuff, so we are pretty good right here. I'll probably actually stop it for here, and part 2 coming. Part 2 where we'll go over what effects I'll add to this. I'll probably set up a DCA just so I have better control over all the different instrument groups or categories. And then I'll set up my buses where I'll do second layers of compression specifically for the kick and snare and then the lead vocal. Those two will get a second layer of compression, and from there we'll add a third layer of compression on the master bus, or the main left and right, and might do some slight EQ mastering just to lift everything, because with all the layers of compression, it kind of darkens the mix. So I'll probably just add like a little high shelf on the master left right. So we'll get into that, really dialing it in. But yeah, this has been fun, and part 2 coming soon.